Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Jeremy Kauffman, who's the founder of Library and is in a lawsuit with the SEC, he was up there yesterday, and he tweets this out. About to spend 8 compulsory, and I think we showed you this, about to spend 8 compulsory hours with my favorite stalkers, the SEC. The SEC's asked Library SEC asked why Library couldn't just fix the price of LBC to 10 cents. I brought up George Soros, the Bank of England, the vast history of why prices can't be fixed in free market. Maybe he was playing dumb, but claimed he still didn't understand, so I told him he should quit. I've included the phrase due to the challenging and arguably nefarious blockchain regulatory environment in the United States in around a dozen answers, 2.45 hours to go. SEC testimony is over. Today was an absolute win spiritually and factually. Not 100% confirmed. You know what this reminds me of? Because I've dealt with it, when I was a kid, and I've dealt with it with my sons. This reminds me of being on the playground at school and a bully just keeps messing with you because he smells weakness. And he keeps messing with you until you punch him in the nose. And John Deaton said this early on. And that's the stage where this guy's at. He's tired of being picked on, and he's finally fighting back. And what a sad state of affairs that it is in the United States of America, that our businessmen who are working in good faith, this is what they get from this government agency that is supposed to protect investors. Now, if you're the SEC and you say, oh, no, we're just protecting investors. We want to make sure this guy's, well, then why aren't you doing it for Ethereum? That's the tell right there. So this is not about regulation. I think Jeremy Kauffman, it finally dawned on him, enough is enough. And at some point, and this goes for any, it's not just the SEC, this goes for any government or any government agency, and we'll talk about it more in this video. At some point, the people have enough. And that's the danger of what do you want to call it, tyrannical governments or tyrannical agencies. That's the danger that you run. You've got all this power and you're drenched in power, and you think that you can just spend your life writing tickets and going after people, and all of a sudden when you start doing the wrong things, the people eventually rise up. And that's what's going on right now. Make no mistake, that's what's going on right now. And people are angry. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to show it in this video or not, but there was somebody talking about taking an ad out on television about an ad about the Ethereum free pass. And why not? Because this is decentralized justice. So look at what the last thing this guy says is. He says, prior to the SEC versus Library case, I believed that regulators were well-intentioned but frequently mistaken. Now I believe they are evil, morally corrupted people. These are people that get up every morning, folks. This is the impression they're leaving with everyone. They get up every morning and they say, okay, how can I go and go after this business? Even if it's a business that's come in to talk to them and say, hey, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Don't come after me, just tell me what I'm doing wrong and I'll change it. And they won't tell you what you're doing wrong because they want to be able to go after you. This doesn't end well for tyrants of these types. It doesn't. At some point, the people rise up. Now, I'm reading a text from someone. All right, okay, here we go. So John Deaton, we are not the securities, this is funny. So yesterday the SEC had a meeting where they were talking about climate rules, and apparently Hester Pierce actually did this. We are not, because they're trying to put some kind of climate standards in that are enforceable against corporations. This is another freaking control thing. Regardless of what you think about the climate, it has no place in corporations like this. This is ridiculous. This is a control thing. This is not good. Hester Pierce apparently disagrees with it. She says, "We are not the Securities and Environment Commission. My statement is rather lengthy, so I'll turn my video off as I speak. By one estimate, doing so will reduce the carbon footprint of my presentation on this platform by 96%. The same people, remember, the same people that are all for this stuff are the Elizabeth Warrens who we've shown video of getting off a private jet. Okay, when she could fly, she could drive, or she could drive in her electric car, which I'm sure she has. Probably, well, who knows? She's probably got an SUV, because they don't believe the things they want to impose on you and me. They just say they do. But she's getting off a private jet, but of course she's Miss Climate and all that, and she's Gary Gensler's buddy. So Hester Pierce once again falls on the right side of history and is against all this mess. Well, yesterday James Phelan started putting out there were some motions and things like that in the SEC versus Ripple case. Jeremy Hogan spotted something. He says the SEC is requesting an extension, of course, but look at footnote number 2. Ripple is suggesting that initial summary judgment briefs may be filed by May. The SEC is, of course, saying that's too soon, but the end game is in sight. And I'm not going to read all that, but he kind of summarized it there. Then he weighs in on this. I tried to analyze this for you in a true legal sense, but my mind was blown by the part below, and I couldn't think about much else after. Is the SEC potentially hiding a document in which the SEC concluded that XRP was not a security? What does Solomon know? And it's right here. And maybe even XRP, let's go up to here. The SEC should not be permitted to argue to the fact finder that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are recklessly not to recognize that XRP purchasers saw XRP as an investment in the common enterprise while concealing potentially that the SEC's own Director Division of Corporate Finance had analyzed a substantially similar digital asset and maybe even XRP itself and concluded it was not. Now look at this. Do you feel now a settlement is coming in the next few weeks? Jeremy Hogan says, John Deaton said it months ago, if those emails are required to be turned over, there will be a settlement shortly after. And John Deaton says, if Judge Netburn orders the emails turned over, as I believe she will, the SEC has 10 days to appeal to Judge Torres. If Judge Torres affirms Judge Netburn, then the SEC could try an appeal or writ of mandamus to the Second Circuit to delay a couple of months. But the clock will be ticking for settlement. Now, folks, this is where it gets creepy, so listen up. This is the President of the United States, Joe Biden, yesterday. And this does not sound like a president that's warning its citizens. It sounds like someone who is marketing a cyber attack to the people.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.